Okay, so here we are at the Johnson City Toys R Us, and they have just filed for bankruptcy recently, so let's go in and see if just how depressing this place has really gotten. Here we are going through the entrance here, and this is actually my first time coming into this store in over a decade. I think the last time I was here I was actually looking for an Xbox game. I think it was Fable, The Lost Chapters, and it was really hard to find. I'm holding the phone like sort of torso level because I'm trying to look as much like a casual shopper who's totally not recording anything as possible. But you know, when you're in your mid to late 20s, it's kind of hard to look like a casual shopper walking around by yourself at a Toys R Us. Hey kids, you like YouTube? You know, kind of hard. Trying really hard not to look like just some weirdo walking around recording stuff. You know. You'll notice that you know, usually like I'll go down an aisle and like avoid aisles that have people in them. But it seems, you know, I guess it's a phenomenon pretty much anywhere. Like always, seems like I remembered it being a lot bigger than when I was here before. A lot of definitely, you know, of course it's going to be a lot more mind blowing when you're a little kid coming through a place like this, but. I mean, now it just, you know, the place seems really just sort of bleak and depressing. Just really like just blank and depressing. Just the building seems like it's really old. They have a lot more stuff walled off, I think, than I remember. I remember coming here before and looking at Resident Evil toys, and that's something you'll never see again in a toy store. But yeah, back in the day, back, you know, around the days when games like Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 4, for ever since the beginning of the game series, they would have action figures for the toys, and they were, well, they were very Resident Evil to say the least. They were very gory, but they were cool. I also remember like KB Toys had the Spawn toys in them too. And there's this kid over here dicking around. Like, hey kid, you like YouTube? You want to be a star? I'm crashing shit all over the place there, making a mess. Here we go towards the game area here. The game section used to be over more towards the middle, up in the front. But they've moved over here. For a while I was beginning to wonder whether they even still had a game section. And looks like over here, what used to be over here was the Kids R Us section. But they got a wall up, like a false wall set up there where they had the games up against. And back in that area is where they used to have the Kids R Us section. And that's probably one reason why it seems so cramped compared to how I remember. Yeah, here's all the games. Pretty basic selection of game stuff. Nothing too special there. That's pretty much the same story with everywhere you go except for maybe GameStop. But I remember, you know, before eBay and before the internet really took over the gaming industry, you'd have wraparound aisles of PC games and all of that stuff, but you'll never see that again. I remember when I would go to Toys R Us with my parents, of course they would always drag us through the Kids R Us section to look at the clothes, and we would be about to go completely insane because, you know, you got the toys just right over there and we want to see the clothes. We don't want to see the clothes, we want to see the toys. But they would always just drag us through the clothes first before we go and see the toys, and it always drove me insane. You know, I'm trying to be as casual about it as possible. You know, notice I just avoided that aisle just because I was, you know, I basically hold my phone as a way to just to make it look like I'm just doing nothing more but hold the phone and just, you know, try to look like a casual shopper. But it's kind of hard to do that when you're, you know, at a Toys R Us and you're in your mid to late 20s just walking around trying to look casual. You just look like a creeper. I'm sure that's what a lot of people were thinking, but whatever. And here comes the Babies R Us. Here we are cutting back into the baby section. I had to go back because my phone stopped recording, so I went back to the baby section, and I'm going straight in the way it came in the first time, but this time we're going left down through here. And you can see where a lot of the walls are, how they don't go all the way up to the top of the ceiling, so you can tell they just sort of have stuff walled off, I guess, because, you know, not as many customers coming through. I'm gonna look at all the latest baby fashions. Toys R Us keeping up with all the coolest trends. Thought about getting me a couple of those dresses myself. We're back out here. But I remember coming here one time and getting Transformer toys. That's another thing you don't see anymore, is the Transformer toys. But I got some weird ass piranha thing, and man, that thing was badass. I had a lot of fun with that. I wonder if kids don't play with toys anymore. It's all about video games now. But they still have a crap ton of Star Wars toys. That's something that has always been there and will probably never go away. Wonder Woman was an overrated movie. Didn't like it that much. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't. A lot of those superhero movies, they're pretty cliche. Especially the World War I, World War II based ones, the way, you know, the same plot. You know, Nazi boogeyman, gotta take him out. No originality. Not much historical accurateness either. And now we're going toward the exit. Back past the gaming section again. I remember when I was little coming in through here, up against the wall there was a huge wall of giant squirt guns, and they had a whole bunch of crazy different kinds. Not much over there anymore. Well, that was my walkthrough of Toys R Us. That was very bleak and depressing. The building just seems really old and run down. Back out into Johnson City. And there you go. That's enough of that shit fest. Not as high and mighty and colorful as I remember it being as a little kid, but then again, I was a little kid, so I probably was incapable of telling the difference.